Hello everyone, thank you all so much for joining me for another episode of Healthy Helpings. I am Deja Harmon and today we will be making something extremely delicious. It's everyone's favorite, mango strawberry popsicles. And if you're like me and you're in this Georgia heat, you want something to cool you down in this summer heat, this is a delicious treat to try out. Not only is it healthy, but it's super easy to prepare. So like always, I'm gonna wash my hands for 20 seconds and I will be right back. Okay, so I've washed my hands. Now it's time to, and I've also washed all of our produce that we're gonna be using. And speaking of produce, what will we need to create this delicious mango strawberry popsicle? We will need 1/4 cup of juice. And I actually got this recipe from Common Bites. If you look on there, they ask for you to use 1/4 cup of apple juice. However, I do not have apple juice today. I actually have orange juice. So we're gonna use 1/4 cup of orange juice. And whenever you're choosing your juice, make sure it's 100% juice. And then also, if you look on the label, it's also good to look for it not from concentrate, just so that you know that you're getting exactly what you like. So if it's oranges, you're getting oranges. If it's apples, you're getting apples. In addition, you're gonna need 2 cups of fresh strawberries. So I've got some fresh strawberries here, and I wish you guys could smell them because they smell oh so delicious. And you also need 2 cups of mangoes. And once you cut up this, usually averages out to be about 2 cups. And in addition, if you guys don't have access to the fresh mangoes or strawberries, it's also an option to use frozen mangoes or strawberries, and especially that can be the case if they're not in season. In addition, you're gonna need a little bit of honey, 1 tablespoon to be exact. So I've got some honey here. And you'll also need a lemon. So I've got a lemon here. We're gonna get ready to squeeze this in a bit, but 1 lemon. And I think that's all for our ingredients. So as for our lemon, we wanna always make sure that we sort of get the juices flowing. So I'm gonna press down firmly using both hands, using the palm of my hand to sort of get the juices flowing. And I'm gonna do this for about 5 or 10 seconds or so, just until it's nice and soft. And you'll be able to notice a difference when you touch it. I can feel it already that it's nice and soft. That we've sort of broken up those cells in the lemon. And I'm gonna get my knife here and we're gonna cut it in half. Oh yeah. Cut it in half just like that. And the lemon is gonna add a little bit of tanginess in our popsicle. So, and it's gonna go really well with the sweetness of not only of the fruit, but also with the honey here. So I see some seeds right off the bat. So I'm gonna sort of just pick those off. But I'll also show you guys a trick when we get ready to put it in the blender of how to make sure not to get those seeds in there. Okay, so as mentioned before, you will need a blender to make this dish. So I have my Vitamix here, and what we're gonna do is actually puree our ingredients, but we're gonna do them one at a time. So I'm gonna take all of our mangoes here and put them right into our blender. All right, all of our mangoes right into the blender. Okay, and in addition, we will add our our tablespoon of our honey. I'm gonna let that flow in there just like that. I don't know if you guys can see it. We'll give it a while. Okay, and then we're only going to use half of that juice that we needed, because the other half will be for our strawberries. So I'm going to just sort of guesstimate what half looks like. And then last but not least, we have our lemon. So what I'm gonna do is lemons, the cut side up, I'm gonna squeeze right over the blender. And I do it cut side up just so I can sort of see the seeds just in case they try to fall in there. And we're gonna use this entire half of the lemon. So let me switch hands here. And this sort of prevents any of those pesky seeds from going in there. Okay. Awesome. And then, guys, we're all set to blend the mango portion of our popsicle. So I'm gonna set it up here. You're gonna hear it a little bit. And again, if you're making this at home and you're a little younger and you're not really familiar with the food processor or the blender, make sure to get an adult, okay? So it's gonna be a little loud. So once our mango is nice and pureed, we're gonna do the exact same thing with our strawberries. All right, so for our strawberries, I've already cleaned out the blender and put the mango puree to the side. We're gonna go ahead and add our strawberries here. So strawberries go in, just like that. Our other half of our honey is gonna go in, just like that. I'll show you guys here. Gonna give it a minute to fall. Honey kind of moves a little slow, right? That's okay. We'll be patient. We'll also need the other half of our lemon. So I'll show you guys me squeezing it. Just like that. We also have to add in the other half of our juice. So I'm gonna add our juice in there along with our strawberries and honey. So that's in there just like that. Okay. And then we'll blend, right? So that our mango mixture and our strawberry mixture can have something a little similar. So it's gonna be a little loud again. I'm gonna leave this on here for about 10 seconds or so. And here we go. Okay, so now that our strawberries are all blended up in there, I am going to actually leave them in the blender. And what you want to do with your molds is get your molds ready. And I'm going to take out the tops of them. Okay, and you want to sort of alternate. So I think I'm going to do strawberry, a little bit of the strawberry first. And then a little bit of strawberry in this one in the corner. And then perhaps with the other two, so I got a little bit of strawberry there, a little bit of strawberry here. With the other two, I'm gonna do the mango. And I actually don't have a nice spout. Here, I've got an idea. I'm gonna use my measuring cup. It has a spout on it. Okay, so that way we're creating something like a layer. I don't know if it's gonna work out here, but we'll see. And I'll do one here. Oh yeah, guys, I think this is gonna be delicious. What do you think? So, looks pretty great already. I'm gonna put a little bit more in here. And I don't want to fill it all the way to the brim because we don't want it to pop. Now, obviously, I can wipe the top of that off there, but I'll turn it this way. And now we have nice layers. And so the other part to this dish is it's really important, guys, to make sure you have a good amount of time. It takes about 6 hours or more. Or if you don't want to keep track of the time, it's also a good idea to just leave it in there overnight. So we want it to be nice and frozen when we get ready to taste these. And lastly, I'm just gonna put the tops back on there. and wipe the top off. So it looks like I've filled them up a little bit too much, but that's okay. And I'm gonna pop them in the freezer, like I said, for about 6 hours. Likely I'll leave them in there overnight. And that's it. That's everything. So those are your strawberry mango popsicles. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I can't wait to taste this. If you guys make this at home, be sure to tag Health Empowers and let us know how your mango strawberry popsicles turned out. So thank you guys again for joining me for another awesome episode of Healthy Helpings, and look forward to another great episode with you all. See you all then.